Bill? All right, let's do it.
Roll. I think Chris will have to go get a soda, so he'll be right back.
Talking to the media.
Oh.
Let's bring improvement services to order. Let it be recorded, Nicholson, Worry, Nenning, Vanderleest are present. I need approval of the minutes from the regular meeting on January 25th, 2017. Motion by Vanderleest, second by Nenning, under discussion. Hear none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. Approval of agenda.
Move to approve.
Motion by Nenning, second by Vanderleest, under discussion. Hear none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. 3, consideration with possible action. I'm gonna have a meet on this item. I believe I got a scheduled meeting tomorrow. I just gotta double check with Vonk. So can we just hold this up, please, again?
Sure. Move to hold it until,
Motion to hold by Nenning for our next meeting, second by Vanderleest, under discussion. Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. Consideration, possible action, request by Alderman Slotnick to discuss the creation of an ordinance limiting the height of property line hedges to the same height as property line fences. Referred to staff October 26, 2016. Director Grenier.
I had a meeting with Alderman Slotnick yesterday. This is something we had discussed with Planning Department to see what would be the most appropriate way to take this forward. In speaking with the Planning Director, they feel that it is, because the hedges, even if they're in the front yard on the property line where the property line meets the right-of-way, it's still a property line issue and more appropriately addressed through planning. So my discussion with Alder Slotnick yesterday, we feel that this is appropriate to refer to Planning Department for study and possible action.
move to do that.
Refer to planning by Nenning, second by Vanderleest, under discussion. Hear none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. 5, consideration of possible action on the request by Alderman Zima that the city consider providing an opening on the east and west sides of West Mason Street Bridge to allow the possibility of a turnaround for traffic when the bridge is up for an extended period of time, similar to the openings on Main Street. Director Kinnear.
Seeing as this bridge is actually owned by the Department of Transportation, we'd recommend that this be referred to staff for study and consultation with WSDOT.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to that by Nenning, under second by Vanderleest?
Yes.
Okay, we're under discussion. Hear none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. 6, consideration, possible action on request of Department of Public Works to award a contract for professional services with AECOM associated with investigation of Atkinson Drive Bridge deck to determine scope of repair in the amount of $12,934.35. Director Kinnear.
We'll go through this one real quick. Atkinson Drive is on the west side of, it's basically the west side approach to the Tower Drive Bridge. There's 2 bridges there. One goes over I-43, that's owned by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation, but where it goes over the rail yard, that bridge is operated and owned by the city of Green Bay. For the past couple of years, we've carried a project forward in our CIP to hire a consultant to investigate what level of repairs need to be done out there. This contract is to complete those investigative services, and because it's an expenditure of more than $10,000, we're bringing it forward to committee for approval.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Vanderleest, second by Nenning.
Aye.
Under discussion.
The only question I had was, I
Alderman
guess we had 2 bids, and are we recommending the ACOM because there are additional parts of that survey? Or
Correct. The AECOM is a more comprehensive survey of the bridge and is going to give us the information that that we're looking for.
Okay, I'm okay with
Okay, all in favor?
that. Aye.
Nays, motion carried. 7, consideration with possible action on the review and approval of McMahon contract amendment for 2017 stormwater facility vegetation maintenance in the amount of $40,193 even. Director Kinnear.
Each year, the city issues contracts for vegetation maintenance at our stormwater ponds to make sure that they're operating correctly and that the vegetation is properly in there so that the ponds themselves don't erode. In the past, we've had McMahon perform these services at the Baird Creek Preserve Northeast Pond, the Baird Creek Preserve Northwest Pond, Larshide Pond, the Mill Street Pond, the Baston Street Wetland Facility, and the Excalibur Pond. So we are recommending approval of a contract amendment for 2017 to allow McMahon to continue these services at those locations.
Entertain a motion.
Move to approve. So,
Hang on.
This-
Motion to approve by Nenning, second by Vanderleest, under discussion. Alderman Nenning.
Okay, so what we're doing in number 8 is for different
Correct. Well,
retention basins, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, what we've got under 7 is Royal Woods, Barina Creek, Burger Street, Huron Sitka, or, no, sorry, I went the wrong one.
Yeah. I got the list.
Baird Creek Northeast, Baird Creek Northwest, Larshide, Mills, Baston, and Excalibur. Then under the next item, we'll address the other ponds. You obviously don't want to leave all this in one basket because you might overload a consultant, so we've got one consultant hired for one series of ponds and another consultant hired for a separate series of ponds.
Okay, like on the let's say on the McMahon one, I noticed there's some seeding, or let's see, is that on that one? I guess, yeah, there's some seeding. Is that just a one-time thing that you seed, or?
Not necessarily. Sometimes you may have to go in and supplement the plantings or seedings in some areas where it's barren, or if we've got some winter kill or things of that nature.
Okay, okay.
We've got
Okay.
millions of dollars wrapped up in these ponds. We want to make sure that they continue to operate the way that they're designed.
Who removes the muskrats and all that that are in those
That's
ponds?
actually the trapper that we hire every year. Yes.
Another motion.
Yeah,
Motion to approve.
second.
Second.
No, we already have a motion on the floor. We have a second one under discussion.
Yep.
Motion to approve. I mean, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. Okay. Number 8, consideration and possible action on the review and approval of NES, a division of Robert E. Lee and Associates, contract amendment for 2017 stormwater facility, vegetation maintenance, the amount of $88,000 even.
This is
Director Kinnear.
this is very similar to the previous item. However, we've got a different consultant working on different ponds. This would be for the Royal Woods Pond, Barina Creek Stormwater Facility, the Burger Street Pond, Huron Sitka Pond, Krista McAuliffe Park Pond, and the Uza Shorewood Heights Pond.
Okay. Any questions, concerns? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve it.
Motion to approve by Nenning, second by Vanderleest. Under discussion, Alderman Nenning.
On my copy of page 10, the grand total, I can't read. Do you know what that is?
88,000 even.
88,000?
88,000 even.
Okay, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. Number 9, discussion of possible action to consider the installation of sidewalks along Taylor Street from Dawson Street to 730 feet
South of
south,
Bond.
pardon?
South of Bond Street.
South of Bond Street, thank you, and levying of special assessments therefore in 2017, refer back from August 10th, 2016, Improvement Services Director Kinnear.
Last year, we had a discussion, this was something that had been brought forward by Alderman Stoyer to have the sidewalks installed. When it came to the public hearing in the spring, we had certain people come here and there was some discussion that they hadn't been given adequate notice and things of that nature. So the decision of the committee was at that time to not install the sidewalks in 2016 and to bring it back in 17 for consideration, because that would give folks a year's advance notice. I did have a conversation with Alderman Stoyer today. He has asked for us to hold this until the March 1st meeting so that he has a chance to go and talk to the folks. Again, we didn't want it to fall between the cracks, so we just wanted to get it on the agenda so we start thinking about it.
Okay. Entertain a motion to hold until March 1st.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion by Vanderleest, second by Nenning, under discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. 10, consideration of possible action on the report of purchasing manager. Do you want one at a time?
It's up to you.
Gentlemen, you want one at a time? Separation?
Doesn't matter to me. I read
Okay.
them over, and I think I understand what we're doing here.
Okay, well, if not, I'll just entertain a motion.
Anything staff wants to?
No, I think, as Rick will tell you, this is a pretty straightforward. It was bid out
It is,
using
yes.
our standard bidding process.
There are a couple of no sub-items, and we have good documentation on why.
Yep, so we've got 2 of them that are sole source, the Neenah Foundry for inventory control, and the pay station at the Cherry Street lot to APT Technologies, because that's a loop pay station, and we want, again, consistency, same equipment that we're already using. I think the only one that we've got that's a little bit out of the ordinary would be the poly patch melter, and we're going with Sherwin Industries, but that's because Midstate did not meet minimum qualifications. They were the low vendor, but not the low responsive vendor, so we're going with low responsive vendor in this case. Everything is within prices that we were expecting and stuff that we had budgeted. Again, I don't think we've got anything here that's a real surprise, but given the dollar values, we're bringing it forward to committee for the expenditure of funding.
Okay. Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion to approve number 10, second by Nenning. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. 11, consideration of possible action on the review and award of the following contracts. 11A, Astor Park Shelter. 11B, pavement repair 2017, Director Grenier.
These do not appear in your packet, so we're handing them out
Thanks, Rick.
tonight.
Thanks.
Because the bids were just opened yesterday and staff was diligently working on trying to get a review and make sure everything was good to go on these, but very, very happy with the bids that we received yesterday. For the Astor Park Shelter, we had 4 bidders on that project. Low responsive bidder is Millbach Construction. Did you get the memo from Dan?
Yes,
Let me see if I can, as I was trying to get down here for,
hold it up with the alternate.
I was trying to get down here for Parks, so I didn't have a chance to get to the memo that was prepared by Parks Department, but I do have a memo here from Dan Ditchite, which says the Parks Department recommends awarding the project Astor Park Shelter to the low responsive bidder per INS City Council approval. Please proceed with awarding the base bid plus alternate A to Millbach Construction Services for a total bid award of $370,347 even. 370,347.
What was all day, do we know?
It's to go from an asphalt shingle roof to a metal roof.
Oh, okay.
That was an add of $9,655, and that is money well spent for this shelter.
Yep, okay.
So that's item A. Under item B, this is our annual pavement repair contract. So this is a needs-based contract citywide to do concrete pavement repair and some other work that we do. Again, 4 contractors bidding, very, very aggressive pricing, even with Summers Concrete at $993. That's still aggressive, but to get Fisher Ullman in here at approximately $810,000, that's phenomenal pricing. And Jim and I were talking about it, to have Aldix Concrete proposing, that's the first time we've seen those folks up here. That's really welcome to have a new contractor bidding on this and being so aggressive. So we're real happy with the bids, and we are recommending approval of the low responsive bidder for both contracts.
Move to approve both.
Second.
Motion to approve by Nenning, second by Vanderleest. Under discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Number 12, consideration possible action on the applications for tree and brush trimmer license for the following. You guys want to take this one at a time, or all together?
No, I think you can take it. Asplund, Consciously Fresh, Economy, and Timber, they've all held licenses in the past, and they're performed satisfactory, so we would recommend all 4 get licenses again this year.
Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Vanderleest, second by Nenning. Under discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. 13, Director's Report.
Just a couple of things for you real quickly. The next 2 consecutive meetings, the March 1st and March 15th meetings of Improvement Service Committee, we will be holding public hearings for levying of special assessments. So those are everyone's most popular fun meetings of the year. The March 1st meeting is also, we've got quite a few items that are coming back to the committee after study. So we're probably going to be here a little while on March 1st. So just that you folks know that. With the public hearings on the next two meetings, we have to publish a notice in the newspaper, we have to send out by mail to all the affected parties when that public hearing is going to be. So even though we're starting parks at 4 o'clock, so we're gonna be going a little bit earlier than we have in the past, we do need to give folks a chance to get home and then get back here for the meeting. So I am suggesting that we publish the hearings for 6 PM on both nights. We're gonna go with that for right now. If you could each get back to me probably before the end of the week, if 6 o'clock for the next two meetings, at least staying here until 6, so we can hold those public hearings, if that's gonna be a problem for the next two meetings.
So that'd be March 1st and March 15th.
March 15th, correct.
Public meeting start at 6.
Correct, so
Fine.
Parks is gonna start at 4, and we'll have the public, INS will continue immediately following the Parks, but we're gonna have to stay till at least 6 for the public hearings, unless the meeting is continuing on at that point, at which time, if it is, we'll break at 6, have the public hearing, and then take the rest of the meeting.
Maybe we'll repeat that for Chris's benefit. March 1st and 15th, we're going to have our meetings, but we're going to also have public
Public
hearings
hearings for
on
assessments.
special assessments. So the idea is we would notice the public that the public hearings would be at 6 PM.
Okay. Do we usually go at those, or?
Oh, yeah, the assessment hearings?
Okay. All right.
I jokingly said that's the fun meetings of the year.
Okay.
Everybody loves coming to assessment hearings.
I'm
You
gone
actually
in
know what
March. I'm gone. We have that thing. We got a thing going on, right, Bill? In March? We're going somewhere.
And then, just to advise the committee that with the onset of recent warm weather, that's giving the operations division a chance to start getting a jump on some of our spring activities. However, we're not out of the woods yet. It's helping with our snow budget, but Puxatawny has Puxatawny Phil, Green Bay has Green Bay Steve, and the Green Bay Steve has made his prognostication yesterday. We're anticipating at least 2 more plowable snow events, the last one occurring on or about March 29. So far, I've hit the last 2 years dead on. So we are not taking the plows off, the salters are staying in the trucks. I've had snowfalls as late as second week of April since I've been director. So we're not out of the woods, but the warm weather's definitely helping.
One quick question for you, Steve, on those meetings, those public hearings. Will you actually know the cost per foot then on that, on resurfacing?
Correct.
Okay,
That
so-
all comes out as part of the engineer's report. We'll identify what the total assessments are gonna be. We'll have information relative to the assessments per foot. And then I'll have staff here with assessment rolls per parcel for every project that's involved at the assessment hearings that night. So any individual property owner who asks about their parcel will know exactly what their assessment values
That'll
are.
be very key, I think, as far as the public,
Yep.
they want to know what it's going to cost.
And typically what we do is we hold a public information meeting the hour before the hearing. So between 5 and 6, people will be able to go upstairs into room 310 and meet one-on-one with staff to answer some of those questions, because although they come in and have a variety of things to say while they're here at the assessment hearing, the purpose of the assessment hearing is, are you in favor of the project or not? We know that people don't like paying assessments, but that, they all get up and say, I don't want to pay for this, I don't want, we know they don't want to pay. The purpose of the assessment hearing is, are you in favor of proceeding with the project or not?
We're going to proceed with most of these projects regardless, right?
There are occasions where projects do get dropped or delayed. Last year during the assessment hearings for resurfacing, Shirley got, not dropped, but Shirley was delayed from 16 to 17. So Shirley is actually going to be part of the 17 resurfacing program, but we won't be having a hearing on it because the hearing was held last year.
That's where, I think Janet Agnes.
Correct.
That's her street there?
Yes.
I know like on 7th Street and some of those areas over there, you got the curb here, and then you got the pavement down here. I know you're gonna resurface that.
Yep.
And I think most of the residents on 7th Street are in favor of it, because it needs a lot of repair there.
Yeah, there are years we get through where all the streets that are part of the program are accepted. There are years we get through where a street or two winds up getting dropped. It's kind of a mixed bag. It's what we hear from the public, and it's the wishes of this committee.
Yeah. Are you letting council members know of the projects that are on the list and which ones will be on which nights in case the council members want to?
We definitely can do that, but when we publish the agenda for INS, it will have the list of which streets are in there, and we are making sure that the packets are going out the week before now, so.
Okay. Might be something for us to announce at the council meeting so people know.
Yeah, just something to keep an eye on, at least, especially the next two, because that's where we're gonna have a lot of these pavement assessment hearings are coming through in the next two.
Okay.
So that concludes the director's report.
Okay. Any other questions, concerns?
Alderman Weir is here for part.
You were here in the beginning, I never said that you were gone.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought I was gonna have no running, that's why I went after it. Motion to adjourn.
Okay, motion by Marie to adjourn, second by Nutting, under discussion. Hear none, all in favor?
Aye.
Please, motion carried. Okay, go back to work.
Jeez. Rest for the wicked, Andy.